Hey, just did the final section of Brnc Bbs Hr Hr, where, um, okay, Bernice gets her revenge after being kind of getting tricked and humiliated by Marjorie, and finding out in this section that, oh God, why couldn't you have done this after the Deo party? Because Miss Deo apparently spent 15 minutes railing against young women bobbing their hair, calling it an abomination. It's like, and Marjorie going, oh, I'm awfully sorry about that, that just completely slipped my mind. I can take you downtown tomorrow, and we can see if we can make it nice and slick for you or something. And Marjorie's like, it's all right, basically dismisses. It's like, all right, good night, and goes off and sleeps the sound sleep of someone who has a completely untroubled conscience, because she has no conscience, because she's one of Fitzgerald's blonde women. And so, and Marjorie's like, oh, fuck, okay, I'm gonna pack up and leave. So does all this stuff, and then has a thought, and takes the shears. And Marjorie, who had very pointedly braided her hair into like a Saxon princess's kind of headdress of pigtails, is sleeping in the bed. So she goes over with the shears, and she deftly chops off both of the pigtails, chopping, basically bobbing Marjorie's hair, and she leaves. And she, before she goes, she passes by Warren McIntyre's house, the boy that she perhaps had almost stole away, but then Marjorie just yanked back quite easily, and throws the braids with a soft thump onto his porch, and then walks off into the moonlight, quite happy, feeling quite good about herself. Now, there is a thing in here where she says, oh, this has all been spoiled by the whims of a selfish girl, which she could be talking about Marjorie. She could be talking about herself. She might quite think that she's thinking about Marjorie, but I think the reader is supposed to go, which one of them is it? So, yeah, there's that. It is a light story. It is a story about a fashion, very much about hair, but it's also, much more than hair. It's something about the new girl, and the Saxon princess with the long hair versus a more modern woman. Now, this is done in just very much the kind of the teen beat section. This is very teenagers still living with their parents. But there's something to be said about about this sort of thing of fashion, and bobbing hair being I'm not quite sure if it's what you would call a political act. Is it a feminist? I don't even know if it's a feminist act. It's young women starting to assert, however humble, a bit of independence from their elders. This is the start of youth culture. But this might also be for young women, especially kind of, you can tie it in with a wave of feminism of, and you might think it's the most shallow kind, but it's like, it's regulating your body. It's who has control over the body. I might be reading more into it than there is there, but yeah. So that is another Fitzgerald story down. The next one is Benediction, which sounds very, 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 very serious in comparison to Brnc Bbs Hr Hr, but I guess we'll see how that one goes next. All right, more videos later.